You can go into this year fearing and, hiding in a corner, or you can come out of this year stronger than you've ever been. Anytime there's been a recession or a depression, millionaires have been made. And so when you visualize yourself having that 50K month, achieving that incredible thing, because your subconscious mind is experiencing it, even though it's imagined, it feels like it's already happened to you. And so that thing that used to feel scary, the more you visualize it, it's like you're living it every day. It's literally jot out, who is the version of me who easily and effortlessly achieves this goal?
Hi everyone, welcome to this episode of the Make It Happen show, where it's time for you to make it happen. We're joined today by Reese Evans. She's the founder of Yes Supply and a manifestation and abundance coach. Reese's mission is to help people create the life they're meant to live. So in this episode, she takes you through some really key strategies to create realistic goals, to reprogram your mind, and importantly, how to stop living in fear and anxiety. Let's get into it.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on the Make It Happen show. I am so excited to be here. This is going to be an amazing talk. So if you haven't met me yet, my name is Reese. I'm the founder of Yes Supply, and I'm a mindset and abundance coach. And a couple of years ago, I launched the Yes Supply Method Coaching Certification, which teaches people all over the world how to become a successful six-figure coach. And actually, as I'm sharing this with you right now, we actually just hit about 1,000 students. This just makes me so happy because when I stumbled across the tools that I teach that help people tap into the subconscious mind and tap into their energy, I saw how much they had made a change in my life, helped me do things like get over my shyness, get comfortable with showing up, with speaking on stages. And even I had this terrible coffee addiction, and I was able to kick that habit using these tools and understanding how to reprogram my subconscious mind. I literally feel like it's a crime that so many people don't know how to use the operating system of their minds. We're walking around with this incredible supercomputer, our brains, but we're missing the user's manual. And the methods that we teach in the Yes Supply method, they give you the user manual. And by learning how to essentially tap into the code that our brain stores, our thoughts, our ideas, our fears, the things we like, the things we're addicted to, or the things that we stray away from, when you understand how these are coded in our neurology, you can actually access the neural pathway, the network of how we're storing that thing, and shift how we store it. And so this is how my clients are going from, feeling pain to no longer feeling that pain, or from feeling shy about something to, in a few minutes, no longer feeling shy or scared or fearful or that anxious feeling about doing something that's outside of their comfort zone, because we're literally reprogramming the mind in the language that our mind is coded. So what's happening most of the time when somebody tries to set a big goal, maybe they're trying to set a New Year's resolution, right? Most people say, I'm going to wake up early, I'm going to go to the gym. And they do that for a couple of days and they fall into old habits. It's because they're trying to make a change on the conscious level. But our conscious mind only controls about 0.004% of our daily actions, behaviors, and habits. So if you want to create a change that's actually a lasting change, you need to begin to work with the subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind operates over 99.996% of our daily actions, behaviors, and habits. So as you're sitting here listening to me, I'm pretty sure that as you're listening to me, you're not also saying, okay, eyes, remember to blink. Okay, lungs, remember to breathe. Okay, heart, remember to beat. Your subconscious mind is doing that all for you. And the beautiful thing is when you get clear on your goal and then you program your goal, your wants and desires for your life into your subconscious, you can then task your subconscious to get to work to attract those things into your life, and creating success feels easy. So one of the big things that the team has asked me to talk about today is 2020. 2020 has been quite a year, full of ups and downs, full of surprises, things that, we never could have imagined that we were going to encounter. And so through that, a lot of people are experiencing fear and anxiety. And what I want to prepare all of you with is the very fact that even though this year, yes, it was tumultuous, yes, it was unexpected, you can go into this year fearing and, hiding in a corner, or you can come out of this year stronger than you've ever been. Anytime there's been a recession or a depression, millionaires have been made. And the same can happen for you. And now, Yes Supply is having its best year ever. We just had our highest month ever. And it's because as things have changed, we really have just focused even deeper on serving, even deeper on helping people, even deeper on our mission. And for some businesses, that's not necessarily possible because you have a storefront business or a brick and mortar business. But what we all can do is look at, okay, this is the current situation. What can we do to pivot and ride this wave? Resisting it is not going to work because it's happening. We as an individual can't stop this from happening. But what we can do, rather than resisting, is shift into a state of surrendering and saying, yes, this is what's happening. This is what's occurring. How can I make the most of it and still create the life of my dreams? And that's exactly what I want all for you. And so what I want to share with you is a few tools to help you reprogram your mind. And again, like we mentioned before, get out of living from a place of anxiety and living from a place of fear. So one of the things that I want to share with you is that we have logical levels of our mind. And these different levels of our mind are different levels that we can do subconscious personal development work. So we have behavior, like I mentioned before, that's very conscious. But as we move deeper into the subconscious, you're working with beliefs. You're working with values. So values are what's important to a person. You're working with identity and you're working with purpose. So when I first start working with a client, I always want to know what are the goals that we're planning on working towards together. And when they have come up with that goal, we want to find out what is their purpose, what is their why behind it. If you don't have a powerful why behind what it is that you're doing, then the first time it gets hard or overwhelming, you're going to kind of just fall off the wagon. But if you have a purpose that you truly believe in, then even if you're having a tough day, even if your ego is trying to get in the way, you're going to overcome that because your purpose is so much more. So whatever your goal is, I want you to tie it into your purpose. So if you want to make a certain amount of money, let's just say you want to start earning $50,000 a month. If you're just setting a goal like, I want to make $50,000 a month, that's not going to really capture your energy and your emotions on a deep level. But if you say, I want to make $50,000 a month, and part of why I want to do that is I want to be able to remunerate my team in a great way and hire an incredible team of people who believe in our vision, who can grow. I want to be able to invest in my marketing so I can share my powerful message or this mission that I believe in with more people, and I need a monetary resource to do that. Or maybe it's that you want to use the money that you earn to donate to shelters and causes that you really care about. When you can think about your why beyond the goal that you're setting, you're going to be that much more motivated to actually go out and complete it. Once you're clear on the goal, you also want to get into a place where you can actually experience that goal. So if your goal is to make $50,000 a month, then you want to ask yourself, okay, when I make $50,000 a month, what am I going to see? Okay? What am I going to see? What am I going to hear? What am I going to feel? You want to make it like something that you're truly experiencing, and you want to actually go into that vision. So give yourself time every single day to imagine your goal already completed. The reason why this is so important is because as humans, we're tribal creatures, and we'll do anything that we can to stay safe and stay in survival mode. And so if you set this incredible goal, but it seems really far away or really scary, you're going to resist it. But if you start to envision it and visualize it, There are so many different studies and pieces of research that show that when you visualize something, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. And so when you visualize yourself having that 50K month, achieving that incredible thing, because your subconscious mind is experiencing it, even though it's imagined, it feels like it's already happened to you. And so that thing that used to feel scary, the more you visualize it, it's like you're living it every day. Inevitably, it's going to feel familiar. It's going to feel like, oh my goodness, I do that all the time. It's going to feel so familiar that you will no longer resist it because it feels like something that you're used to. But if in your mind's eye, you can go to that place where you're making $50,000 a month and you're used to, in your mind, making $50,000 a month, it's going to be that much easier for you to take the actions, the inspired action that you need to take in order to earn that amount, okay?
Hi everyone, I just wanted to jump in here to let you know if you're enjoying this episode, it doesn't need to stop here. We've taken this episode plus all the other episodes and also video footage from the interviews and made it available for free. There's also a bunch of fantastic guides, tools, and resources you can use to grow your business. To grab those tools, just go to www.the-entourage.com/podcast. Right, let's get back into the show.
So my next step for creating the life that you want is to step into the identity of the person who has it. So once you've gotten clear on your goal, then you want to ask yourself, who is the version of me who easily and effortlessly achieves this? And again, the reason why you want to change your identity or shift your identity and how you see yourself is because it's going to help you create a more permanent change, because again, you're working on your subconscious level. So one of the things that you can do here is literally jot out, who is the version of me who easily and effortlessly achieves this goal? And get clear on, what are the characteristics? How do I feel about myself? What are my personality traits? How do people feel around me? How do I value myself? What's the energy that I hold in my body? What do I say? What do I talk about? What do I think about? And get really clear on the entire personality. Make sure that you can almost see this in your mind's eye. And what you're doing is you're creating the version of yourself who you always have been inside. It's just that the programming and other people's expectations of you have made you become something that you're not. What you're doing right now as you're designing this identity is allowing yourself to be who you truly are without the patterns and programs that have been pushed upon you for your entire existence up to this moment.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to jump in here to let you know if you're enjoying this episode, it doesn't need to stop here. We've taken this episode plus all the other episodes and also video footage from the interviews and made it available for free. There's also a bunch of fantastic guides, tools, and resources you can use to grow your business. To grab those tools, just go to www.the-entourage.com/podcast. Right, let's get back into the show.
So once you're clear on your goal and once you're clear on your identity, you have two powerful tools that are going to allow you to shift on the subconscious level how you spend your day to day, and those automatic programs, those automatic habits that are going to allow you to manifest into your life. And also too, by lining up to the goal and lining up to the identity of the person who achieves the goal, you're also going to make a shift on an energetic level. And this is something that I could actually go into talking about on a whole different episode, but your energy, your heart, it emits a frequency that actually can change matter. It can change the physical particles of the world that we live in. And so when you start to feel differently and you start to feel good and you raise your vibration, you put yourself at a level where you can start to magnetize exactly what it is that you want. And so these are two really important concepts, right? If there's something more that you want, ask yourself, am I being the person who gets to have this? Or what changes do I need to make in my subconscious mind and my beliefs to allow me to become that person? So those are two things that you can use to essentially create the life that it is that you want. And by doing that, you're going to be able to release fear and anxiety. So now you might be asking, okay, Reese, these are two really important keys, but how do I actually imprint them into my subconscious mind so I start to live this out? So I'm going to share with you 2 tools right now. So the first tool is self-hypnosis. So one of the things that I teach is hypnotherapy, and I think it's such an incredible tool. But not everybody always has access to a hypnotherapist. And of course, if you're thinking of getting certified, I highly recommend my program. But maybe you're not at that point yet. Self-hypnosis is a great tool to help you get started with hypnosis. So what you want to do is get really clear on the goal and get really clear on the identity of the version of you who has the goal, and write it out almost like affirmation. So I am a $50,000 a month earner. I am confident. I am bold. I am well-spoken. Whatever it is that you want to manifest. And so write this out so you have it as affirmations. And right before you go to bed, allow yourself to get into a nice, calm, relaxed state and say these affirmations to yourself out loud. As you're doing this, make sure that you take your eyes and you're essentially looking up about 30 or 40 degrees and close your eyelids, because by looking up with your eyelids closed, this allows you to slip into an alpha state that makes your brain essentially more programmable. And then, because you're saying these things to yourself right before you fall asleep, as you're falling asleep, you're drifting from beta brainwave state, which is where you spend the majority of your waking time, to the alpha state, the hypnotic state, the theta state, which is even a deeper state of hypnosis. So that's where you're going as you sleep. So if you program these things in right before you go to sleep, you're able to get these new programs that you want at a deeper level of mind. If you want to really affirm this in even stronger, then when you wake up in the morning, do the exact same thing. Another thing that you can do as well, rather than saying these affirmations to yourself out loud, is record them. So record them just into an audio program on your phone, like voice memos if you have an iPhone. I'm sure there's a recorder as well if you have an Android. And then put your headphones in, and as you're going to bed, allow yourself to hear these affirmations of, I am a $50,000 a month earner. I am bold. I am lovable. I am likable. I am strong. I'm an incredible entrepreneur. I'm focused. All of these different things, making sure you're saying it the positive way. So rather than saying I procrastinate, because then you're imprinting in your mind what you don't want, say I take action. Okay, so that's just an important note. Say it how you want it. So important. So rather than saying I quit smoking, because then you're putting the vision of smoking in your head, say I have clean, healthy lungs. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions on that, feel free to send me a message. My Instagram is @YesSupply. But anyway, listen to that as you're falling asleep. And again, you're going to be hearing that as you're floating through alpha, theta, delta brainwave state. And it's going to be going really deep into your subconscious. And again, it's a great thing to listen to as you're first waking up in the morning, as your brain is slowly moving back into that beta brainwave state out of the relaxed, sleepy state. So that's an incredible tool that you can use to program it in. Another amazing tool that I love that's really easy to access is emotional freedom techniques. And on the call today, I won't be able to go into a full tutorial of emotional freedom techniques, but you can go ahead and you can find my YouTube channel. So just go onto YouTube and type in Yes Supply EFT, and you'll be able to watch some of my videos that explain what is EFT, and also some videos that you can follow along with me and do an EFT tapping session with me together. So what EFT tapping does is it actually balances out the energy of your body. And so if you're feeling a negative emotion, if you're feeling anxious or fearful, it's simply just a reflection that the energy of your body is in a slight imbalance. And so when you focus on that negative feeling, like fear or anxiety, while tapping on specific energy points, you will rebalance the energy of your body, and you'll allow yourself to feel incredibly more better in just a matter of minutes. So the tapping points that you focus on, while you're focusing in on, for example, your anxiety or the fear, you're tapping on the top of your head, right in the middle. You're tapping right next to your eyebrow, thinking of that fear, that anxiety, or whatever the feeling that you want to release is. You're tapping next to your eye. You're tapping underneath your eye, underneath your nose and above your lips, right on your chin, underneath your collarbone, underneath your arm. And some people also do right on their wrist. They'll tap both of their wrists together. So as you're focusing on the negative emotion that you want to release, you can affirm to yourself an affirmation that goes like this. Even though I'm feeling this fear, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So starting at the top of your head, Even though I feel this fear, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling this fear, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling this fear, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And as you're doing that, focusing in on the fear, and what you'll find after going through a few rounds of that is that you feel incredibly better. And so those are some incredible tools that you can use if you know that you need some support or help taking action to really make the most out of this year and make the most out of the rest of your life, and allow your goals and the identity that you want to be in to regain access to the driver's seat and allow to drive you to the life that you want. And you can put those limiting beliefs in the trunk because you don't need them right now. So these are two really, really incredible tools. So, that was a lot to go through. There's so much more that I'd love to share with you, but we're kind of getting short on time. But if you want to learn more about the power of your subconscious mind and tools to help you access and reprogram your subconscious mind, whether it's for yourself, whether it's to help your family members or your clients or people on your team, I definitely encourage you to check out my YouTube channel, where I have a ton of incredible free content that will support you. So you just head to YouTube and type in Yes Supply and you can find it there. If you're on Instagram, I share my daily behind the scenes on Instagram. So I just had a little baby who's about to turn 3 months old. I also earlier this year moved into my dream house with my partner. And so I share behind the scenes of our life as entrepreneurs, tips and tricks that I'm learning along the way, and of course mindset hacks to help you create your yes in your life. So you can find me on Instagram by typing in Yes Supply. That's YESSUPPLY Supply, and just follow behind the scenes. And if you're listening to this, thank you so much for having me today on the show. It's been so great and amazing sharing with you some of the things that I've learned along the way. I hope that this has helped you. If it did, definitely take a screenshot of this and shout me out on my Instagram at Yes Supply, because I love to see who's listening, who's watching, and I hope that you took something incredible out of today. Thank you so much, and I'll see all of you soon.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Make It Happen show. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. And it doesn't need to end there. We've actually gone and grabbed a whole bunch of extra resources for you. Behind the scenes footage, videos from this and all the other episodes, as well as show notes that you can grab for free. Just head along to www.the-entourage.com/podcast and you can grab all those extra resources. Thanks for tuning in, and I cannot wait to introduce you to our next guest on the next episode.